Hello everybody, this is Alway. Today we're going to be talking about using the group by function to group aggregate functions together. You can see on the screen that I have a test statement that does that already, but let's start from the beginning. So first off, we're going to be using CIS 117DB table. I'm sorry, not table, the database. So from here, we can select a certain table and then use that table and group it by its aggregate function. And our aggregate functions are something like the sum function, the count function, the average function, stuff like that. Those are aggregate functions, functions that calculate numbers for you. So let's go ahead and see how we can use aggregate functions and group by to help us sort a table. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the orders table. See what we got. So we got a lot of orders here. And now there's duplicate customer IDs, which means that some of these customers have multiple orders. And so there needs to be a way for us to figure out how many orders each customer has. And so that's a good way we can use the group by to see. Now, let's go ahead and re-edit this select statement so that we can count how many orders each customer has. So first things first, we want to see the customer ID so we know who the customer we're talking about is. And then, comma, now we're going to use aggregate function to count how many orders each customer has. So what we will use here is the count function. And then let's count how many customer IDs there are. And then let's go ahead and give that a name as well as quantity. Yeah, sure, quantity works. From order. Let's make sure this works first. It doesn't work. Oh, because the count doesn't have a group by clause, and the reason why is because the table would not. It needs to have a group by clause because, or else this table would be all over the place. So let's go ahead and add that group by clause that's going to help us out here. So go ahead and say let's group by customer ID since we used this so many times already. And now all of the counts are grouped with the customer IDs. We can see here that customer 1 has 3 orders, customer 2 has 5 orders, so on and so forth. And this is all thanks to the group by function and the count function. The count function allows us to see how many orders each customer has, and then the group by function reduces the customer ID down to unique IDs so that the table doesn't get funky. So I hope that was a helpful video. Thank you very much for watching.